What's your feeling on the arms limitations now that you've heard from Secretary Schlesinger?
Only to say that Secretary Schlesinger was very forthright and very helpful in connection with our concern. One are the Soviets in compliance with SALT I agreement, and two, of course, the possible problems that could arise with reference to the Vladivostok agreement. Important point is that we made a serious mistake, in my judgment, when we entered into a rather ambiguous agreement with the Russians in 1972 in SALT I. And as a result, why there are misunderstandings, there are allegations regarding violations, Russian denials, all of which is destabilizing and not helpful in achieving what I think should be the central objective, and that is to bring about a reduction on both sides of strategic arms.
Senator, was there any discussion about Cambodia in there? Or?
No.
I thought somebody might have tried.
No, we're strictly on the agreement, and we will be hearing, of course, from the central figure in all of this, Secretary Kissinger.
Senator, how do you feel about having a task force of American ships somewhere off Cambodia and all those Marines aboard and so on and so forth? I know there's apparently some thought on Capitol Hill that the administration might be looking for a reason to put the Marines in there to support Lon Nol or show some gesture, of support.
Well, I think the administration must very, very carefully abide by the statements they have made, and that those ships and the Marines are there solely, and I underline solely, to protect the Americans, possibly other foreigners, who will be evacuated in the event that that situation should arise. And obviously the situation is getting closer to reality every day.
Is that reality?
The Congress has made clear, and be a violation, of course, of the law for the President of the United States to utilize land or air or sea forces in support of any military action that did not specifically and clearly pertain to the evacuation of American personnel.
What do you think about the request for the $222 million? Do you think they should give that money to Cambodia?
Well, I think the real question is what happens if they did get it? And we can't get an answer other than they probably will go down the tube if we gave them a $500 million. I think therein lies a dilemma that the administration has not been able to meet. And the best thing that could occur, and I don't think it's possible, however, is for a new government to take over in Phnom Penh that could negotiate an agreement which would help to avoid what I think most people fear, and I fear, is the terrible revenge, the loss of life that could come from an overrunning of Phnom Penh by the communist forces.
Are you referring to a coalition government or just another?
Well, I'm referring to a government that could make it possible for the kind of protection that I think is necessary to prevent bloodshed in the nature of a real, shall we say, genocide of those who participated in the conflict against the communists. That I think is a humanitarian point that must be emphasized over and over again, and I think there was unanimous agreement among the members of Congress that made the trip to Phnom Penh that something of that nature in any event should be done. And I think there would be strong support for that kind of support on the part of our government, including funds to assist in the evacuation of those people, the movement of those people, to provide for the necessary food and the necessary medical supplies and so on that might ensue from an overrunning of Phnom Penh.
You don't get any sense of a compromise developing on this $222 million, do you?
No, I do not. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
What happened to